Hello, fellow human! Hope you all have a fantastic day and welcome back to another Doggo Reddit r/ I don't work here lady. To the first story. Lady lost her mind when I wouldn't clean her mat. So, quick background. I live close enough to my mother that we do this CrossFit class together every Saturday. It's fun and we bond. The class is an hour long and at the beginning, we grab mats and weights. We tend to grab a few different types depending on the workout the guy assigns. You have to be early to this class because it's popular, and me and my mom grab sports in the back. The class fills up, all the regulars take their spots. There isn't much room, but there is space in the front. For the first half hour, everything is going well. Then this lady comes in. She walks in the center of the room and stares at us, then goes and grabs a mat. I head over to a station on the TRX and begin my set. I come back and I see this lady has pushed my mat into my weights and has made herself a spot. My mom is livid, but I wave her off. Oh, and don't get me wrong, I am annoyed. But it happens and I continue the class. 5 minutes later, our instructor gives us the next set of workouts. I finish my workout on the mat and I see there is a free TRX. If you don't know what it is, it's basically a rope you attach to the wall and do different exercise with. As I'm pushing through a set, someone taps my shoulder. It's this lady.
You finished 10. I counted. Stop hugging.
First of all, I did not. And secondly, our instructor has us go through the sets twice in a round, so I was planning to go through twice. Thirdly, there was a free on right next to me. I point to the free one, and she rolls her eyes and says something snarky about I wasn't being mindful of customers. She then demands that I show her how we are doing the workout. I kinda show her my form, and then Mike the trainer comes by. She smugly looks at me and is like,
"Good, someone is doing their job around here."
I just shrug it off, and I try to finish my set in peace. I go back to my work and I don't have anything with her till the end of the class. At the end, our instructor hands out wipes for us to clean the mats before we return them. My mom was returning the weights while I was wiping our mats. As I'm wiping my mom's down, a mat is thrown at me and lands on my hands. I'm on my hands and knees. I look up and it's this woman again. She's kinda smugly looking down at me, throws down her wipe and then begins to walk away. I get up with her mat and hand it back to her. Me, excuse me, that is not where you leave them.
Her, what? You're cleaning them. You need to clean mine.
Me, yeah, just this one and mine.
Her, what makes her so special?
Me, she is my mom.
Her, that doesn't matter. It's your job to clean these.
I was kind of floored at the idea that I worked there. Only because I'm working on losing weight. I'm not obese, but I certainly don't have a trainer's body. Me, I don't work here.
Her, stop being bratty. It's clear that you work here.
Me, what?
Her, you clearly work here. I can see your uniform. Plus, you were helping that woman the whole time.
For the record, the supposed uniform was black leggings and black tank, and there wasn't one. Me, picking up my mat and my mom's do not work here? Leave me alone! She then begins screaming the instructor's name and he comes up, with my mom right behind him. She has seen some of the stuff and was pretty much over this lady's crap. Mike, on the other hand, has no idea. He can tell from my face that I'm annoyed. Mike, what is going on?
Her, you need to fire this woman. She is refusing to clean my mat and spent the whole lesson ignoring me.
Mike, who at this point understands my annoyance. She doesn't work here, but I can clean your mat. I also should tell you that we don't clean mats in the future. At this point, the lady huffs and marches downstairs. I think that is the end of it, till my mother and I go down and see this woman screaming at the front desk. She sees me and then points.
Her! Get that brat fired!
She used brat way too much. The front desk guy is pretty innocent kid, probably in high school. She doesn't work here, ma'am? At this point, her face is as red as it gets. She screams and then walks out. My mom made us wait inside till she left the parking lot, probably for the best. Ugh, I feel angry for you. What an absolute cow. If I were you, I wouldn't have stayed so composed. The second story, hamburger time is precious. Setting, I worked at a bank as a commercial teller. This means that the business owners had their own place to line up when they needed to do transactions. This also means that they couldn't go to a regular teller because they didn't have the many requirements to process commercial transactions. Commercial transactions are typically large sum deposits in cash or check form or placing a change order. A regular teller would only have access to basic change, nothing compared to the volume I carried in my safe. The client, this guy. My goodness, this guy was something. He would come in every darn day and always ask for the same thing. Well, it wasn't so much of an ask as it was barking orders. He would march up to my counter, slam his bag down in front of me, and, without looking at me, just start saying number. 21s, 35s, 1025s. Means rolls of quarters. It took me almost 2 months to understand his logic. Eventually, I caught onto what he was ordering without needing him to repeat. The arousal. Being one of the 2 commercial tellers for a big bank in the heart of our downtown district, I was busy. I was also very efficient. I got to a point where I was able to predict what each client would need and on which day. My boss was very happy with me and always trusted my judgment. Our bank was located next to a restaurant, a brand new restaurant, a brand new burger restaurant. My colleagues and I kept talking about how we needed to go there because of all the hype. I had recently been on a diet, so the mere prospect of biting down into something meat and cheesy would put me on the cusp of a perpetual orgasm. D-Day. So today is D-Day. I will finally get one of those delicious burgers that everyone keeps talking about. I'm so excited. It's a cheat day and my body has never been more ready. I also had skipped breakfast that day because I was late. Not smart, but such is life. So I walked into the restaurant and smell alone. You ever been so hungry that smelling food gives you a boner? Yep. So I sit down at a table and start looking at the options. I'm alone. I'm wearing my work clothes, but I took off my name tag. I'm just a guy in a nice shirt reading a menu at a restaurant. I order the most outrageous beef monsters with everything. It arrives. God, I'm salivating just thinking about it again. Lol. I take one bite, and then I hear it. Me equals to me, BC equals to bank client. Bank client. Ahem. Me, in a trance, look up. Hi? BC actually puts his ducking back on my table in front of my food. BC. When you're done, 2010s, 35s, etc. Me, are you... You can't be serious. Dude, I'm eating, and we're also not even at the bank. BC. I can obviously see that. I'm not stupid. That is why I said when you are done. Do this. I don't have time to wait in line. I'll pick it up later. Me. Sir, I work at the bank, not here. This ain't a proxy. This is my lunch. My time for me. Take your things off my table, please. BC. So what? You won't help me? That is incredibly lazy of you. Me. I am on lunch in another building. What makes you think that the bank extends to this restaurant? This is a restaurant. BC. I don't have time to just stand and wait. You people are so incredibly slow and lazy all the time. Take my stuff and do it when you finish eating and I'll pick it up later. Me. No. BC. Excuse me? I am an important client and you will do as I say. Me. Not here you're not. Here you are a regular guy just like me. I'm not an employee here. I'm a ducking customer trying to ducking eat my ducking hamburger. Now screw all the way off. I really said it like that. Mom was always on my case about swearing. My sister is worse though. BC. I cannot believe this treatment I'm receiving. I will be speaking with your manager about this. Now the conversation obviously got loud and this prompted a manager to show up. Because they were a new restaurant, I gathered they didn't want any drama. Manager, sir, is everything okay here? Me, well no, everything is not okay. The man is harassing me while I'm trying to enjoy my lunch. BC, he is an employee and I ask him to do something and he won't. Manager, sir, this man is not an employee here. He's a customer and he's obviously not interested in whatever you're selling, so please. BC, I know he's not an employee here. I'm not stupid. He works at the bank and I need him to do my banking. Manager, this is not a bank. I'm gonna ask you to leave right now. We do not tolerate yelling and harassment in our establishment. BC collects his things and looks me dead in the eyes and says to me, when you finally get back to work and stop being lazy, I'll be waiting with your boss. I'll see you get fired. Me, bite number 2. I took my full hour, ate my delicious burger. The manager offered me a discount for my troubles, but I refused. I felt like I brought it on myself. My own personal demon followed me here and caused the ruckus. It wasn't the restaurant's fault. I get back to my work, and true to his word, BC is there in my boss' office. I don't go in. I go back to my counter and start serving people. I hear muffled yelling and BC storms out and doesn't look at me. Boss lady wants to see me. She asked me if BC came to my lunch to official commercial banking. I said yes, and I have witnesses. She says she knows. The owner of the restaurant called her. I had no idea, but this restaurant was also our client, brand new. And so she made the decision that BC was no longer authorized to conduct business with us. He was on a very fine line in terms of legal conduct. You see, if you try and conduct banking outside of a banking establishment and outside of banking hours, I was on a break, so I wasn't clocked in, then it can be misconducted as, well, you're doing some shady crap that you want no record of. She wanted no part in that and pretty much told him to go elsewhere or we close his accounts, all of them. And she is a ruthless tramp. I believe her. Now, BC has to travel 10 city blocks to do his banking when he used to be able to walk 25 feet. I still saw him after that. Never spoke to him again though. Also, when I go for lunch, I try and sit in the shadows as much as possible. Well, good work, boss lady. That is exactly how you treat entitled customers who demand you serve them at stupid times. Refuse them any future service. I like your boss. To the third story. Gotta love tourists. Little backstory. I live on an island and there's only one laundromat and I'm there the same day every week. Our island is 60% tourists, and most of those tourists are like over 55 years old. At this particular laundromat, there is a single air-conditioned room, so that is where I sit and watch Netflix until my laundry is done. I get mistaken for a worker there all the time, and yet I know for a fact that there are no workers there, just one old drunk owner who's never present, and about like 20 washers and dryers. But today was a different story, let me tell ya. I'm normally a very nice person, but I have the curse of a short temper. So there I am sitting in the little room with headphones in when rich old lady, we'll call her OL, comes in. Old lady slams her laundry on the table and stares at me.
Shouldn't you be up front or something?
Me removes headphones. Excuse me? OL.
It took me forever to find you. You're like hiding back here.
Me, what do you mean? OL.
Oh my god, whatever.
Angrily takes out her wallet.
How much?
I thought she was just generally talking about the price of the machines. Me, $2.50 for wash and 25 cents per 5 minutes on the dryer.
OL. And dry cleaning, folding, and steam?
Me, they don't have that here.
OL. What? Fine, here. I'll be back in an hour.
Me, what?
OL. Are you deaf or stupid? Please just fold it when you're done.
I was beginning to understand the fact that she thought I worked here. Me, I'm not doing your laundry.
OL. Why the F not? You're the only place on this dump island.
Me, I don't work here.
OL. Well, you look like you do. Fit right in with the slum. All you locals do.
Me, I'll just get the F out of here, and starts to put my headphones on.
Oh well, I'll pay you. Just do them and I'll come back.
Me, even if I did work here, I wouldn't be doing your laundry. Oh well.
Why not?
Well, because you're a rude tramp. Oh well. Packing her laundry and turning very red in the face.
I'll call the manager.
Me, well, I call him for you, and guess what? He's a local too. He owned this slum, as you called it. Her face went from red to white. She packed up the rest of her clothes and jiggled her way out of the door. And here I thought I looked decent today. Oh, she's going to come back later, defeated, and when you're gone, to do the laundry. Of course, she can do them by hand. On to the fourth story. A man jabbed me in the chest with his finger at Costco. I had just gotten off an 11-hour shift and needed to get some groceries after work. I picked up my boyfriend on the way to Costco and away we went. We got most of the things we needed and were waiting in line. I don't know all about Costco stores, but in my city, it is busy all the time. The lineups are massive. The cashiers are very quick though. I'm sitting in line with my boyfriend when I remember I needed to get some dry shampoo, and Costco is the only place that sells 3 cans of it for 20 bucks. It's an awesome deal, and for someone that works early shifts like me, it's a lifesaver. I didn't bring my purse inside and had my keys in my hand, so I just put them around my neck with the lanyard and told my boyfriend I'd be right back. I was wearing black pants, black top, and a Pikachu lanyard around my neck. Costco employees don't necessarily have a uniform, but I'm pretty sure they can wear whatever they want as long as they have a name tag. I'm walking towards the checkouts holding my dry shampoo, and a man walks directly in front of me, stopping. I did a classic Canadian smile and, "Oh, sorry," and I tried to get around him, but he stepped to the side and got back in front of me. RD, rude dude. RD, can you tell me where the large jars of pickles are? Me, no, sorry, I'm not really sure. RD, what do you mean you're not sure? Where are they? He raised his voice and I was immediately in defense mode. Me, wanting to get out of the situation as fast as possible. I don't work here and I don't know where they are, I'm sorry. I tried to get around him and he stepped in front of me again. RD, who is your manager? This is when he poked at the center of my chest with his sausage finger. I immediately stepped back and gave him the dirtiest look I could give to anyone. RD, I need to speak to your manager now. Where is he? You are very rude. Me, my manager name is John, and I highly doubt he would give a crap if I helped you find something or not at Costco, because I don't work here. Get the duck out of my way. I managed to get around RD, and he shouted at me to come back over to him. Excuse me? Who are you? Thankfully, he didn't follow me, and I couldn't see him anymore after wading through the sea of people. I finally got back to my boyfriend in line and told him what happened as he got back to the checkout, and the cashiers thought it was hilarious. I will admit, I wish I didn't curse at him in public, but I was feeling a fight and flight response, and he wouldn't let me pass. Not my finest moment, but definitely not his either. And for your information, I didn't put my hands on him or break his fingers because it didn't even cross my mind. I have never been in a situation like this before. All my mind was telling me was to get out of this situation. Well, it just amazes me when people ask questions but never listen to the information being provided. On to the fifth story. I don't work here. I work in that points to ambulance. Years ago, in the early 2000s, I was working 24-hour shifts on an ambulance. Since we were working these extended shifts, we had a kitchen and whatnot at our station. So if we didn't have a call right at the beginning of our shift, after our rig and equipment checks, the first thing we do in the morning is our grocery shopping for the day. Now, just to make sure it's clear and that there's no possible way for us to be mistaken for the uniform of the store employees, we wore the blue button-down shirts, had a patch on one arm and that said state of redacted. And our certification level, either EMT basic or paramedic, and on the other arm had a patch with our company logo on it. We had dark blue pants with about 500,000 pockets, radios on our belts, etc. The grocery store's employees wear either a white or tan shirt and black pants, and usually some type of apron with the store logo. The last bit of info I should add is that the area we worked in was one of the richest neighborhoods in our metro area, and usually the cheapest car you saw in the parking lot was a Lexus. So now that the stage is set, comes our adventure. My partner and I were at the store doing our shopping for the day, and it was a relatively quiet Sunday morning. Other than us, there were only a couple of other shoppers in the store, and several employees were plainly visible doing their routine duties. I'm busy trying to decide if I want link or patty sausages for my breakfast when I hear the classic ahem. I'm pretty engrossed because, let's be honest, it's an important decision, and I'm now weighing bacon into the mix too. And I really don't pay too much attention. Then I hear it again, accompanied by finger snapping. I'm broken out of my sizzling reverie by this and think maybe I'm blocking someone's access to the cooler. Turn around and there's this lady in her 60s, dressed up way too fancy for early Sunday morning grocery run, and she's glaring daggers at me. I'm sorry, ma'am, am I blocking your way? No, cannot remember the exact item she's looking for. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm not an employee. I work for, redacted, the ambulance company. However, I've seen a couple of employees a few aisles over. I'm sure they will be happy to help.
Young man, you will do my job. I need you to find item for me.
Ma'am, again, I'm really sorry, but I do not work here. I work on the ambulance you had to walk past to come in. We always park right up in the front in case we get a call. Now, I apologize, but I need to finish my shopping so we can get back to the station. I reach into the cooler, grab a package of bacon, because bacon always wins in the end, and plop it into my basket, turn and start to leave. And this crazy old bat decides to shove her cart in my way to try to block me from walking away from her.
Young man, my husband is
name that apparently she thought I should recognize,
and my shopping here pays your wages. Do your job and help me now!
Between the crash of her cart hitting the cooler and her escalating tone of voice, we have thankfully caught the attention of one of the store's employees. They come around the corner, and it turns out it's the store manager. I recognize her because we have run calls at this store before. Mrs. Name, oh please calm down, I'll gladly help you. She's getting wound up to start yelling again, and at about that time, my radio starts going off, and when we're assigned to call, and it starts beeping very loudly. I silence it, turn to the store manager, and apologize to her for running off and leaving my groceries in the cart, but we're getting a call and I have to go. She's very understanding, and as I'm walking off, I hear the old bat yelling at the store manager,
"Where does he think he's going? I need the item!"
And her reply? Well, presumably to his ambulance to respond to that call, since that is his job. Well, ma'am, unless you have fallen and cannot get up or are on fire, I cannot help you. That's it for today, fellow humans. Thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next time.